So before this video starts, I would like to say a big thanks to BrrZrrKrr for not only mixing, producing and mastering the song, but also being in this video. I'm going to start by doing a rundown with BrrZrrKrr himself in an interview, and then after that I'll do lyrical content. Alright guys, it's Tim here, Timbre, the rapper, you know me, I'm from Instagram mainly. This is BrrZrrKrr, the guy who produced Crisis for me. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah. This was an awesome project to work on. I had a lot of fun on this in general.
I appreciate that. So I came to you on the stream, and I showed you a freestyle that I did originally, and you were really nice about it, and you took it off me and said, I can make something out of this if you want me to, which I was down for, and I appreciate you doing that for me. So how did you come up with the idea for the instrumental?
Alright, well, I'll play a little snippet of what I got. So this is what Timbre brought to me on stream.
Your style, you paid for mine, I made raw, hiding the blade.
And basically, what I thought about it was, I listened to his bars, right, and the beat really was not doing much for me, and I told him that. I told him, you know, I would like to see a beat that really brings out what you're doing, and I told him that I would be willing to work with him. So I started. He gave me one verse, and that's this right here, and I started building this beat around it. I started with just drums, right? Because it was very like boom bap rap kind of old school style. I just threw in like this where's my patterns? Terrible. Alright, so I started with like just some simple hi-hats, some simple kicks, you know, a 2-bar pattern on the kicks, a nice solid snare, and I started working up the beat around this first verse, and while I was going through the verse, a couple things struck me. One was that the whole verse was about his mental health crisis, and I thought the word crisis should come out and be like the focus, and so I made a hook out of it.
Crisis. Crisis.
And I just basically took like his words, and I took some old school scratching samples, and I put the scratches in there, and I made a really simple whiny kind of lead, and that was the hook. So started it with the hook, ended it with the hook, and I was still only at like a minute. So I hit Timbre up the next time he came to my stream, and I said, you know, this is really cool, but it's only a minute. If I could get one more verse out of you, this would be a banger. And he was amazing enough to go into his recording studio at home, you know, that night, spit out another 16, and it fit perfectly in the track, and I was able to add a few details after that, and this is what it came out to. I thought a couple of features that I put in at the very end were like little beat stops, like at the beginning of the second verse, and little scratches, like I think all that really just set it off in the end.
And I also was gonna say the freestyle I did literally, because I wanted to help you out as well as help me out. I didn't want you to be waiting around for me, so I did it as fast as I could. I was also gonna say that I do appreciate how much you helped me out there, and I think it's probably my best song I ever made, to be honest. And it wouldn't have been the same without your help.
Well, I'm down to do more stuff, anytime. This has been a great project. I'm really happy with it, and
yeah.
And I'm glad.
I'm down as well.
I'm glad it's gotten some attention. You know, I feel like you deserve that attention because you are talented, man.
Thank you. Yeah, and I should have shouted him out on the radio, but I didn't because I was a knobhead. But yeah, I should have shouted you out on the radio, and I feel bad. So I'm gonna shout you out now just to make up for it.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah, you should come down and check his live streams out at some point soon as well if you get a chance to. Under BrrZrrKrr 707, and I'll leave a link in the description for it.
Thank you, man.
Crisis, your style you paid for, mine I made raw, hiding the blade, riding a wave, promotion to a chainsaw, blood dripping from my face, screaming in the pain for, rapping I'm the savior, I ride in waves like a sailor, but I like the Jerry salt more, 2 bottles in my liver saw more, from that liquor poured in, just like the Sith Lord in Star Wars. I'm sick in the head, I'm twisted, eyes red, I leave you limp and lifeless. I'm Tim, I'm 19 but prematurely hit my crisis. I left my job, felt depressed, so instead I tried to slice wrist. They still didn't put me on the suicide list. I told them, act your anger by lighting spliff. It wasn't my dream to me writing this song, cause I used to be the nicest kid and now I'm fucking wrong. Welcome to the second part of this video where I'll be talking through the lyrics of this quite deep song. Your style you paid for, mine I made raw, is basically saying your style that you copied, whereas mine I made by myself. That's basically what he's saying. The hiding the blade is like hiding the demons. You're riding the wave through the demons, so you're following what the demons say, but you're trying to hide it the best you can. And then it's promoting you to something even worse, which is what the chainsaw is meant to be. Blood dripping from my face is just kind of an extreme of what it could have been. Saying, why are you screaming in pain for when I'm the one that's already injured? Say if you witness something and you're complaining about it more than the person who's been through it. That's sort of what that's saying. Rapping I'm the saver means I'm rapping, I'm enjoying it, and people are enjoying what I'm doing. It's like means a good taste saver, so that's what I mean by that. Riding a wave like a sailor is again like full riding a wave, I've already said. But I like the Jerry salt more, which is a reference to the drink Sailor Jerry's, which is what me and some of my mates used to drink quite a lot of. Sailor Jerry's is obviously a sailor, which is why I said riding a wave like a sailor. 2 bottles in my liver saw more, from the liquor poured in. I mean, it's kind of obvious, just saying I'm really drunk and I've had too much to drink. Just like the Sith Lord in Star Wars, I'm sick in the head. I didn't know that Sith Lord I didn't know that Sith stood for sick in the head until I looked up what Sith stood for, which is why I referenced that. That's originally what the song was going to be called. I was going to call it Sith Lord. But obviously BrrZrrKrr did a good job of finding a word that was more suitable for the song, which comes in like very shortly. I'm twisted, eyes red, leave you limp and lifeless. Again, that's coming from the demons. My eyes being red is like evil. It's like devil. I'm Tim, I'm 19 but prematurely hit my crisis. Like, instead of like a midlife crisis, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm 19 and I've already hit my midlife crisis. Basically what that's saying. Left my job, felt depressed, so instead I tried slice wrist. They still didn't put me on the suicide list. All of that's just kind of like personal information I'd rather not go in too deeply on. I told them I cured anger by lighting spliff. It wasn't my dream for me to be writing this song. I told them I cured anger by lighting spliff. That was a good way for me to relieve my pain back in the day. It wasn't my dream for me to be writing this song, because I used to be the nicest kid and now I'm fucking wrong. I like writing songs and it is my dream to be writing songs, but it wasn't my dream to be writing this sort of song. I wanted to be writing happy songs, and this one's very like dark and deep song. And everything I went through made me turn a bit like sociopathic. I guess the word would be like the tendencies of a sociopath, which is why I said I used to be the nicest kid and now I'm fucking wrong, because I understood I was in the wrong. That was the thing about it as well. Crisis, psychosis, I go back, I write and show this, I flow quick, and if I don't now, you know I know this. The same kid, the same teen who goes back and smoking green thinking that was sick, and that wasn't. I'm only going back for the potent F, the potent fumes going back, and now we're taking from my chest. I seem to go back, I say it rest in peace, I rest peacefully. I going back, and if I speak on these, I say speak to me like a speak easy. I'm going out, and if you ever tease me, I'm queasy, I'm sleazy, and people wanna go. And if they're acting easy, then I go, and then they're teasy, then I flow. And if I don't, you know me well, I'm smoking up these cones. People going back now, and if they're not, you know they're broke. And everyone is saying the same shit when they told quote. People going around, and if they never know, I'm in a slow-mo. To be honest with you, I don't think I need to go in detail about the second verse. I think the second verse was a freestyle, and I think it's one of them that you don't need to talk someone through a freestyle. It's kind of understood if you read it, but if you want me to go through it, then I will in another video. Should have a podcast out with Young Skeptic. Should have a podcast out with Young Skeptic by Friday. Now today's Tuesday, so I've got like 3 days to edit and render it. If it renders, it'll take probably like 4 or 5 hours to render, so it's gonna be a decent length video, and I will let you know more about it on my Instagram and on my Facebook and on my Twitter, and my SoundCloud now is Timbre the Rapper as well, so you can find me on everything with the website link / Timbre the Rapper. Your style, you paid for. Mine, I made raw. Hiding the blade, riding a wave. Promotion to a chainsaw. Blood dripping from my face. I'm screaming in the pain for. Rapping, I'm the saver. I'm riding waves like a sailor, but I like the Jerry sort more. 2 bottles in my liver, saw more from that liquor poured in, just like the Sith Lord in Star Wars. I'm sick in the head, I'm twisted, eyes red, I leave you limp and lifeless. I'm Tim, I'm 19 but prematurely hit my crisis. I left my job, felt depressed, so instead I tried to slice wrist. They still didn't put me on the suicide list. I told them I cure anger by lighting spliff. It wasn't my dream to be writing this song, cause I used to be the nicest kid and now I'm fucking wrong.